I'm back live. I'm live now. Sorry, dear viewers. The internet froze, and so we had to log out, but we're back. We were really getting a lot of information from His Excellency Governor Nyesom Wike, so we should be able to bring him back in a minute. Thanks for rejoining us. Thank you so much. Fantastic. I can see the governor here. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm happy that you are enjoying it. I'm reading the comments. They are saying it is informative. That's why I said it's good to listen. It's good for us to listen. A lot of times we just abuse our leaders. We don't listen to them. But then we're happy that we also have a leader who is bold enough to speak, because there are a lot of people, out of fear of attack, they will say, no, I'm not coming on your program. I'm enjoying the comments. Thank you. Your Excellency, thank you so much for rejoining us. I'm looking at the comments. You know, it's very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
We can continue, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
okay. Sir. So, where do you want me to continue from?
Yeah, so I was talking about the development in the Niger Delta. And
okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I was saying that, look, on the issue of 30% derivation, it's a no-go area because there's no law. People who want to play politics misapply or misinterpret the law. The law says the money must be given to the communities. That is bad, I should say. It's not true. And people who carry that story are these people who do not understand what the law is all about. People like one young boy they call a Thailand, who tried to misinterpret the laws and that and that. And I know his background, I know where his problems lie. But look, if today I get 3 billion naira a month for derivation, the law did not say I should take 3 billion naira and give to communities. No law says so. Let them challenge me to say that. No law says so. I'm the governor of the state. I have to apply the money to the development of those communities. And in my own case, hardly would you say any community in Rivers State that's not an oil producing community. The law didn't say I should go to the chief and say, Mr. Chief, this is the money for a community. Mr. CDC, this is the money for a community. No law says that. And ignorantly, in order to incite the community, one boy from Akwa Ibom, who says he's an advisor to Mr. President on Niger Delta matter, who knows whether it's left or right, will insult the governors of the Niger Delta simply because he has a problem with the governor of his state. Will come and say, look at Wike, all those flyovers is building. What is development? Can you imagine how myopic, how ignorant, and so laid back that such a man can be, that providing infrastructure in the state, a capital, will not be a development? Why would he say so? He says so because as a senator, I was a minister of state. He had a problem with his governor. They were struggling for polytechnic. I was not the main minister. The main minister was Professor Rukoyatu, who made a memo to Mr. President Goodluck Jonathan then. And Mr. President said, look, you must have to seek the opinion of the governor. You cannot go to a state to start a polytechnic. Who will give you the land? It is the governor that will give you the land. Unfortunately, my minister left and I took over. And when I took over, that was the same memo I saw. And then I went to Mr. Governor. Mr. President said, look, provide us a land. And he provided a land. Senator Thailand, who wanted the polytechnic to be his village, had the audacity and temerity, without fear, to say that I took bribe from Mr. Momodu. And I have never seen an insult like that. a man who could not win an election. And then he had his problem with his governor, Emmanuel Odom. And then he started to open his diarrhea mouth to say governors are not using the money for the derivation. Whom is this inciting? Let anybody in this state challenge me that I have not done one project or the other in the 23 local government. I challenge any politician who is based in Abuja, who is based anywhere, to say, show me one project, one you have done in my local government. I said one. I will tell you. So it is wrong for people who want to be governors to come and begin to incite the people to say governors are not using derivation money for the communities. That's so ignorant of the law. Now, as for the issue of, yes, to the extent that the wealth of the NDC hasn't been utilized as supposed to be as it relates to NDC, I agree with you. Yeah, no. Rivers State government took NDC to court that you cannot come to Rivers State to begin to embark on projects without due consultation with the state government. And we want that matter to the glory of God. We're the only state who challenge NDC and the federal government. We're not afraid to challenge when we know that you are doing something that's illegal. Yes, I agree with you. NDC has been a cash cow for politicians. NDC released 15 billion naira to challenge my election. Where did the money go to? They use the 6th division. Where did the money go to? To private hands. And we won. If you have destroyed that 15 billion naira in one state, you would have known the level of development in that state. I called the chairman and the MDs of the NDC. The problem we have that the federal government always make those who the MDs of NDC who want to contest governorship election to be MDs. And so their business is to make as much money they can in order to go and run for governorship election. And so no development is, nobody thinks of development. All their business is just to make money to be governor. And if the federal government means well or meant well for us, why will you use somebody who's a politician to be an MD of NDC? Yes, I don't want to even say, I went to an army formation where the MD contributed 1 billion naira to tie the barracks of the NDC, of the army. What is the responsibility? What is the responsibility? Are those the people of the communities in the NDC? Simply because he wants to run for governorship in one state, he committed 1 billion naira to the army barracks. What a shame. How can that be development? NDC will come to your state. They don't know their development plans. They have somebody they want to do 50-meter road. They put it 1.2 billion naira, 50 meter. Even the roads are awarded by state government. I awarded a road in Chokocho to Ibueche to Rumokroshi. And there is a claim that they did the road. How far like can that be? Every road, and there is will claim money when they did not do any road. So for me, you are right on one side that yes, the money that has come to NDC is not being used. That I will agree with you. The level of fraud in NDC is unimaginable. But the presidency has a say there. Did they have a say? Why do you use somebody who wants to be a governor to be MD of NDC? Why do you use politicians to run NDC? In any case, who are those who control the NDC? You have the Abuja politicians. You have the presidency. All of them are involved. They're all involved in the sharing of the whole thing. So how can that be development? How can they not accuse NDC? as NDC is a corporation that's supposed to take care of the people of Niger Delta. But who are those who are controlling this NDC? Who are those who are controlling? So you are right on one part that the wealth that comes from the region as it applies to NDC is not being utilized for the development of NDC of the Niger Delta state, right? But to say the 13% that accrues to the states are not being utilized, they should call those states that are not utilizing the money, and I challenge anybody, let them take a fact finding. As I came as a governor of Rivers State, to come and say the 13%, calculate the money that came to us and see what we have used it for in the communities as far as Rivers State is concerned. You cannot single out one community that's not an oil producing community as far as Rivers State is concerned.
Wow. Sir, there are 3 steps to achieving power in Nigeria. To attain power, money, ethnicity, and religion. Which would you think is the most potent?
Well, when you say the most potent, it depends on where you're coming from. It depends on where you're coming from. For me, all over the world, money has an influence in achieving power. Money has an influence in achieving power all over the world. Because without money, how do you carry out the advertisement? How do you carry out your logistics? So money is not necessarily buying people. No. That is a mistake people mean. In American politics,
The logistics.
money goes, yes, money in American politics, money goes a lot into the advertisement, enlightenment, mobilization of the people to come out for voting. But in Nigeria, no. The main thing in Nigerian politics, ethnicity and religion. Ethnicity and religion. Even the money so-called released are released to who? To who? Nigerian politicians don't go into advertisement to sell their products. Nobody does that. The money goes to who? It goes to security agencies. It goes to INEC. And then ethnicity and religion comes in. Where do I come from? I'm an Hausa Fulani. I'm a Yoruba man. I'm an Igbo man. I'm an Ijaw man. I'm an Chiefs man. I'm an Idoma man. I'm an Ikwere man. I'm an Efik man. As the case may be. I'm a Christian. I'm a Muslim. Which has destroyed this country totally. It has destroyed us. Whether anybody likes it or not. Nobody should deceive you. The major thing in this country today is ethnicity and religion. It's not the money. It's not the money. Everybody wants to say money, money. Which money? Money to who? Yes, money plays around in terms of where security people come and play their own role. But I've said, people have come to resist security agency when they want to read. But ethnicity and religion. You see a man who is not competent. He said because he's from Igbo. He's from Yoruba. He's from the South. He should be voted for. He's from the Hausa Fulani. They are dominating. He should be voted for. Oh, it's a religion. He's a Muslim. He should be voted for. No, he's a Christian. He should be voted for. That is the bane of our problem. And until we realize that, forget it. Let nobody deceive you. All of us who are politicians. And you know, Nigerians are so confused. Are so, sold. They tell them one story and they buy it. They come today. It's not what's happening. They tell Igbo people, Wike is against Igbo. And you see people, they say, yeah, you're right, too. But nobody asks, how is he against Igbos? What did he do against the Igbos? Oh, he killed Igbos in Oyigbo. How? Where the Igbos he killed? It's the problem that we have in the country. Okay, you remember, in this state, I traveled overseas. I came back one night. My brother, my friend, called me 1 a.m. How did you go and bring down a mosque? I said, which mosque? He said, you brought down a mosque. I said, brought down a mosque? I just came in. That I said, okay, don't worry. I'll give you a call tomorrow. I called the pamphlet. Which mosque you got with? Then he said, which mosque? I said, no mosque. I said, what? He took the chairman of Governors Forum, Dr. Fayemi, to come down to Port Harcourt and say there was no mosque to even bring down. They wanted to be the mosque, they have been in court, and they even lost the matter. Not under my administration, under the administration of my predecessor. But you see, one of our boys, Asante Okuboya, came out on television to say yes, he used to go there to worship, that there was a mosque. Can you believe that? When there was no mosque. Now, what does that? Politics is being played. We can help the Muslims. And you know how sensitive this is. If Fayemi did not come to go there to see how a mosque was brought down, you can imagine what that. People like Governor of Kano State, Ganduje, people like Shikarao, went wide to make uncomplimentary remarks. These are religious bigots in the country. And I told Ganduje, it's unfortunate for you to do that. I'm your colleague. He couldn't call me to say, my brother, what happened? How you know how this mosque is? We were so sensitive about it. Shikarao, who was my minister in education, could not do that, could not summon courage. So these are the kind of country we run. And Nigeria found out at the end of the day, there was no mosque that was born down. So see what religion can do in our politics to bring it down. Now, see the pains I passed through when nothing happened. And that's the same thing we are passing through now. See what we're passing now? That you are killing the Igbos. And people are buying it for politics. But at the end of the day, I know the truth to be out. They know I have no relationship to kill anybody. Rivers State is an accommodating state. And we could not accommodate. All of us have had a relationship with Igbos, not today, and nobody can drive Igbos. But if you commit crime, the law must be allowed to take its place. So if you now want to say, because the law is applied to you, you now say, oh, it's against the Igbos. Okay, that's their business. Look, dele, Momodu, we are commissioning projects. Go and see the flyovers were built. Go and see the whole area. Markets now. Market has taken over. And you ask yourself, why did you spend this kind of money? Trying to do urban renewal. Now tomorrow I say, no, I will not allow this. I will chase you out. They say, oh, because the Igbos are the traders. That's why they are treating them like that. You see politics in Nigeria? Now, you go to somewhere.
Very complicated.
Very complicated. You go to somewhere. The slaughter people will do slaughter everywhere on the road. You say, no, you cannot do slaughter like this. We will not allow it. We will approve where you do slaughter or where the market will be. Oh, they say, oh, because the house of Fulani, that's why you're against them. And people will not ask questions. They will buy it. They say, yes, so it's against the house of Fulani. So, but again, that shouldn't change you. You must believe in what you believe. You must stand firm. Go ahead and do whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter whose house is it. You go ahead. Heaven will never fall. If heaven falls, you'll be happy. The heaven fell when you are alive. Heaven came down and you saw heaven. So you should be happy. The heaven came down at your own time. So why are you worried?
Wow.
So that's what you see. So don't bother yourself about all these rumors and rumors and rumors. This is a political period. But by next year, 2021, you hear the worst. So people like you should prepare. Your program will be heated up and down. So you have no work now. For next year, you see what will happen.
Wow. Well, I want to thank you, sir. But before we go away, there is a man I love so much.
Yes.
The late Nelson Mandela. He was put away in prison for 27 years. And he came back and he was willing to forgive all his enemies, even if we won't forget what happened. And there's something I'd like to do on this program. I want to ask you before God and man, and I've asked this question elsewhere before. The relationship between you and your old friend and brother, Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, is it so irreconcilable?
No,
Because
nothing
I
is
asked James the
irreconcilable.
same question.
No,
I
no,
asked
no.
James
Nothing is irreconcilable in life. As a Christian, you cannot harbor ill feelings. You cannot. All I want sincerely before Almighty God is sincerity. Sincerity. What is the problem? I'm a governor. God has made me a governor. He said I will not be a governor. I'm a governor. So what am I fighting him for? He said I will not be a governor in 2015. I became a governor. He said no, I will not be a governor in 2019. I became a governor. So what is the fight? As you see me today, I asked him, what is the problem? Why can't you help your state? Why me? I'm a governor. I'm going. So if today he sincerely, in the name of God, say, look, our state is our state. For whatever it takes, let's let bygone be bygone. Let's help to pray. Move our state forward. I can tell you, Rivers State will be one of the best states. I can tell you. Dele, I speak to you from the innermost of my mind, not as the so-called politician in quote, as people will say. I have nothing to contend again. God has been there. God has been merciful. God has been kind to me. I passed through. I've told you what I passed. Murder cases, armed robbery, this and this and this and this. It's God that has done it for me. It's not man. When I know I never participated in anything. So I didn't know that God was preparing me for something. Right? So what is the problem today? If you see him, tell him, come back home. Let's build our state. The problem is, I must produce governor. No, allow the people to produce governor. That is only the problem. Not to me, not to me. We even wanted to honor him. He came out of the president and rejected the honor. What do we do? What do we do? So what am I looking for? You know, I sit like this. I say, I'm from a religious home. My father is a reverend. He's 91, 92 years. So I don't have any problem with anybody. People just, tell all kinds
because
of negative stories against us.
both of you were too tight. You were too tight. You were too
But
tight.
no, husband and wife can be tight. But they must tell themselves the truth so that tightness can remain. That's the problem. I have agreed. I have no problem. Let him understand that power comes from God. If you understand the power from God, then you have no problem. But if you say it is you that will give power, then there's a problem. Power comes from God. Nobody can give power. It's only God. You must give him that honor. That is one who gives you life. It is one who can say where you will live to even be in position. When you realize that, then you have no problem with anybody. I have no problem with anybody. See where I'm coming from. I told you the challenges I've had in life because I was involved in politics, what have been done to me. Yet, see where I am. So what's my business? What am I fighting for?
I
So
want to say a very, very, very big thank you to you, Your Excellency. It's been nice talking to you tonight. I never expected anything else. I mean, I knew that you are one man who does not shy away from speaking your mind, and I'm happy that you didn't disappoint. Thank you so much. And
thank you.
we'll keep you and your family in prayers.
Hello.
Did you hear me, sir? I said we will
Yes.
keep you and your family in prayers.
Yeah. Thank you. But before you keep us in prayer, please come on Saturday, bring your team to stay here for 2 weeks and go and see what we have done. And then they come back to you while your prayer continues.
No problem, sir. No problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
Dele. I'm so
My
glad. I'm
regards
so
to Madam. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And good
I
night.
will. I will.
Thank
I
you.
will. Thank you,
Dear
Commissioner. All right,
viewers,
thank you.
thank you so much. I hope we've been able, you asked for him, you requested for him, and by popular request, I promised that I will find him, and he was so kind. He agreed. Sorry, we couldn't do it yesterday, but today is even better. Because if it was yesterday, you won't believe it. I was also outside the country. I just came back home today, and I'm in my relaxed environment in my library in Lagos. So I'm back home. Thank you so much, and we will continue to bring you some of our greatest leaders. People are trying. It's just that a lot of leaders don't give us that kind of access. They don't talk to the people, so you don't know what they are doing. And you can see the challenge he has thrown at us. He's so sure that if we spend 2 weeks, we will not be able to finish all the projects it's doing. So thank you, sir. And I look forward to seeing you. Thank you. Good night, sir.
Thank you. God bless
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.